Bring y'all up in here. It's your boy, the Deacon. We're gonna get it in. Can I pull up on you later tonight? Cause when we link up, girl, it's a vibe. And girl, you got that I can't deny. No lie. Can I pull up on you later tonight? That ain't that vibe, bro. I can't do it right now. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to Recruiting 101 with Dejan, the Deacon Jernigan, man. Just got you guys coming in. I know I put 911s to the parents. I think this will be one of my, I won't say it will be my last cry out to you, class of 21s, but my cry out to the 22, 23, 24 class on what you need to do. If you are a 21, what up, man? If you are a 21, you need to. If you have, if you're not, if you have offers right now, you need to take them and sign them. You need to call schools and get it done. You do not need to stand around and try to act as if you are. You're gonna wait and you're gonna wait and you're gonna wait and you're gonna wait and you're gonna do all this other stuff. You know, um, Matt, I'm sending it to you right now. And so I want to make sure to my clients, other people that are out there right now, for the most part, you guys are not going to. Oh, shoot. So I want to make sure that everybody has an understanding of what's going on. Matt may come on here with me here in a little while. I want to make sure that as we talk about recruiting 101, 22s, it is going into the 22 class. If you are 22 and you are not working with a service, you need to work. You need to get with somebody. You need an advocate. I believe it came out already. Dead period is going to be extended to April, which means parents. So I need to go get my calendar for you to show you what this means, and I'll go over that so you understand what the recruiting calendar means and why it's so important in what we're talking about. Okay, so when you look at the calendar, so you understand what these different things mean, and this is what I go over with a lot of my parents. So uh, when you're with a service, how important these calendars are uh, for you right now, right? So as of right now, they have a 2021 calendar. Um, they have a 2021 calendar there. Wow, there it is. What's up, Matty B?
What up? What up?
You back in sunny wherever you at today?
Oh man, I'm in LA. My Louisville on. How's up?
I mean, I'm gonna kind of go over these calendars, man, so these cats realize like what
Hey, what did we say yesterday and what happened last night?
with the dead period.
That period got extended.
Yeah, April.
No, April. No visiting spring ball. No visiting spring football game. No junior days. No evaluate. No, the little evaluation period. They come out in 2 weeks in January and meet. Meet the kid. And do you have anybody coach and walk the campuses and take pictures? None of that.
Yep.
These official visits are done for 21.
Well, yeah, and this is where um, it's crazy that when you're talking and you're trying to help parents and help kids understand why it's important, and here I'm not, I try to show people like everything that anybody is going to do is going to always be, like I have no, my service is my service. It's for who's going to use it. Yours is for who's going to use yours. But we bounce information off each other, and we're trying to share this information with families so they understand. Right now, if you're not with a service or you don't have an advocate, you almost don't have a chance. You know,
zero chance. Like you're probably in the negatives.
Yeah, you in the if your kid has no offers, and here's what I mean, Matt, because we talk about this all the time. There are kids that don't really realize that they're part of the 98%. The 2% really don't need us. They don't.
Yep.
But the 98% of the student athlete that needs us is walking around like, yeah, I still want to go to Oregon and USC and nobody knows me and you're 22, 23. And I'm going to put the 23s in there because if you don't play this year and there's no a dead period till April, when these guys do get to come out, let's say April, they are able to come out.
But even the 24s too, your freshman year.
Right. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to be nice. Right. But let's say 22, 23, and then get to April. You and I know camp season starts June 1st. When they come out in April, that top 150 list, when you start talking about the Damani Jacksons and the Larrys and the kids that everybody already knows, well, they already know those 22s, right?
Yeah.
They haven't been able to really talk to them or see them other than whatever videos they've been putting up. They're going to connect with that first group in April 1st. Right?
Yep.
So any new kids, what is going to be the famous, hey, are you coming to camp? I need to get you to camp. You need to come to camp. Right?
Right. I got to get you on campus.
I got to get you on camp. So that's going to be next June. If you haven't played football, then what? I got to get you to camp. I get you to camp, then what?
If you haven't played football and you don't have an advocate behind you,
nobody's going. It becomes very, very much so hard. That's why these camps are good. That's why these other things are going to be very, very important in the.
But I mean, I know it's April 16th right now. Whatever. I know. I'm hoping this doesn't get pushed back again. But realistically, we can see it. Well, we can see it get pushed back again too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's April 16th, and is it fair? No. But people above our pay grade made those decisions. You know what I mean?
Devon, show your face. I can't put you on. You don't show your face.
So, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, like you said, because now you're crammed in after April, and then you gotta think about it. After all those camps in June, the camps that the universities hold, it goes dead again. The dead period comes up again. You know what I mean? Until September 1st.
Yep.
So those 22s that want offers, I mean, shit. If you don't got an advocate or someone like me or yourself or whoever or two of these other people out here, I mean, you're kind of good luck, Charlie. You know what I mean? Good luck, Chuck.
That's what it is. So, Mom, I can't. Oh, she's muted. Can she hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm beautifying for another meeting I have after this, so I'm multitasking.
Got it.
Beautifying might be too strong of a word.
No, I got you. You're beautiful. Go ahead. You had a question?
No, I just want to hear what you have to say. My boy's class of 22, football, basketball, and track. We're encouraging him to leave all three options open, especially with all the unknown right now.
That's tough. Where's he at in the recruiting process?
He and I have started sending his huddle and transcripts, etc., to different colleges, NAIA and D3, smaller schools, because we feel like he's a shy kid. He attends a small small town school now and does very, very well there. And so we're trying to not just look at athletics, but at personality
Right. So you're looking
matches.
Got it. Good deal. Good deal. What high school?
Shafter.
Oh, he's at Shafter. Got you. So yeah, definitely a good look there. Your NAIA schools, there's a lot of those schools still playing right now. I've always told parents to stay. Um, when you're evaluate your kid from that perspective. Um, NAIA schools are great. There's money that's there. Um, you're doing a great job. And he's a high academic kid. What's the GPA?
This semester was 3.87. Overall, I think it's good. I mean, he has good grades, and he's in an engineering program, and that's honors, and it looks good.
Yeah. So those are definitely good options for him to have. Just realize that in this 22 in this COVID year, as far as recruiting goes, if in our area, you're in my area, I'm in Bakersfield, that if they do not play, you really want to start pushing those things and pushing those schools in that 22 class to really start making some decisions and getting out and seeing as many schools as you can on your own.
Yeah, we're going on Saturday. He needs a 40 time.
Yep. Okay.
We've always made him run track because we've always told him as a receiver.
And
he's not Tyreek Hill.
Yep. And so the camps are going to be huge. I talked to Matt. I know he's on hold right now. We talked to Matt a lot about 7-on-7 and other options. You're playing all three sports, which all three sports have its COVID issues as well. So whatever you can do to get out there. Another parent just asked, what words of encouragement do you have for the class of 21? You know what? I encourage the class of 21 to, do whatever they can to keep their heads up. If they could take an online class, if I was a 21 kid, Matt, I think you would agree. I would take some online classes and try to get out of here in January. If you're already going to be a qualifier to get out of here in January, go and get on the campus early and get in the weight room and go from there. I just don't trust California right now in the high school football sense. Our area looks like it's going back into purple as early as next week. It also looks like they want to do a 1-month shutdown. If that 1-month shutdown does happen in the month of December, that means everybody, private school, nobody will end up playing unless they
a shutdown for your current conditioning and stuff you have going right now. You mean?
Well, we're full on practice because I'm at a private school, so we.
Yeah, but they'll shut that down too. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's been talks that if you're on campus already and you're doing stuff, they will not. They can't tell you to go there. They won't take the kids off campus. But I think football, they would shut it down. Yeah.
Happy. I got you.
Yeah. So I would tell kids in this 21 class, take some more classes. Go get an Apex. Go get that other English class. Do what you can do. If you find out, I think that's Miss Kirkwood. If a kid is going to a school that's in a quarter system and he's a 21, they don't have to go in January. They can go in March and be an incoming student in the March class or April, whichever it is. I know some kids that were going in a quarter system and they were going. So get out of there. Your high school career is over. It's done. And I understand it hurts and you would want to play, but the sooner you can get on campus and get acclimated to a college program and the weight room and, get used to being away from home and getting your dorm or whatever, start talking to those coaches about that. I don't know why people say NCAA doesn't take Apex classes. They do take Apex classes. It's just they have to be your school has to be Apex certified. So we just sent 4 kids to school with Apex classes. So
our son did PE through Apex.
Yeah.
He had a back injury and he missed freshman PE, so he made it up on Apex.
Yeah, it may be maybe some UCs or certain schools may not, but check that out again because I had guys going. So that's what my encouragement to the 21s is that as our parents, I would watch it real close. Okay, at your high school. Okay. You might want to do Apex online. It just costs. You can call me. I can help you with that as well. So, um, yeah, you can get those classes done. I'm just typing in a number. So if I was 21, I would do that. That's what I would do. I would definitely do that. So with your 22, you right on track. You right on track.
Well, hopefully, if we don't have a season, there will be leagues popping up. I mean, not just tournaments, you know what I mean, for 7-on-7 or 5-on-5, but
the problem is we got to get parks. The park and
Yeah.
recs are closed, so that's where So we got to be, the way of recruiting has changed. We got to be very, very creative. That's why if you got a backyard, you got film, you got to get the right film guys. You got to know what drills to be running. You got to know what college coaches want to see. Measurables are going to always be there, and it's going to always be, again, you got to have an advocate. That guy sitting above me is pushing for the kids that are in his service. I got in my 22 class, I've got a whole probably another 25, 30 kids in my class that are signed up with our service, but we talk to enough coaches. We know what they want. We know what they want to see. I would tell you right now, if there's a booster group, I get with I want to talk to every booster group on high school campus, because right now is a vital time for your high school coach to be somebody that can be an advocate as well. If you're not going to play, can you pick up the phone, coach? That's what I'd be asking. If we're not playing, can we, what can we do? At the end of the day, what can you do? Matt, you're a high school coach, so tell me what you would tell a high school coach right now. I mean, he's sitting there, he's not doing, you know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how it is. Some of these high school coaches, probably 98% of them know nobody. I'm just fortunate,
Matt, where do you coach?
I coach at a school in called Sierra Vista. It's a small school in Baldwin Park. So like 605 and 10 freeway, if you're familiar with LA. And we took over a program. They went 1-19. We took them over. Then we went 11-1 our first year. We have 3 kids with Division I scholarship offers, and we have 2 signing on December 16th.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. And that's the rarity in a high school coach that's going to do what he does, in a sense that we're in an area where the high school coach is still teacher on campus, doesn't have that time. But I would ask the district, if you're still going to get his coach a stipend because football's not in, give him the stipend, but have him tell you how many seniors on that team and what he's doing every day to help those guys in some way get out, because there's still Division II, Division III NAIA schools that are gonna take student athletes. December 6th, I still have an NAIA showcase here in town, in Bakersfield, with Bethel College, Fredonia College. I have a number of schools that are going to come in. Still 3 to 4 NAIA schools looking for 21s and looking at 22s. Any of those kids that are going to be in the showcase. So those are things that I would be saying, hey, coach, make sure your kids are at that showcase, even in the sense that if there's not going to be a high school season, we really need to do this. So
in Bakersfield?
Yes. Yeah. I do it every year. Bethel College right now in Kansas has 13 kids we've sent there over the last 2 years. There's 9 kids still there now. They're ranked probably number 9 in the country, NAIA school. They're 7-0. They played this year. They're playing. They got a game this Saturday. Those kids are having a great time.
Are any of the other Kansas schools in that conference coming, do you know?
I've reached out to Benedictine, Tabor College, who's got kids from here, Sterling College. Mm-hmm. So a number of those schools have, got with me, but I don't know if, yet what they do. I do know 4 of those schools are going to be here. Yep.
Okay. We sent our son's stuff to all those small Kansas.
Yep.
schools. My husband's from Kansas, and we'd like to start the family exodus out of California.
There it is. I'm right behind you guys. I used to live in Junction City, Kansas. I lived right an hour away. My father was in the military, so.
Oh, really?
Yes.
My husband went to Fort Hayes.
You went to Fort Hayes? Okay. Yep.
No one here's heard of it.
Yep. I know.
Only you, Larry Parker. That's it.
Yep. So I lived in Junction City, which is an hour outside of Wichita, which Newton, Kansas is where Bethel is.
Yes.
You know, and in those areas, for parents to really understand, in those NAI schools in those areas, a lot of them are in rural areas. So when you take a school like Bethel, that's right outside of Wichita, they're in a major college city. It's kind of like Bakersfield. Wichita State's there. We have Travis Pluggy, his sisters there playing at Wichita State. Those guys, you know, they go over to Wichita to watch basketball games and deal with it. It's a great area. So you got Emporia State, Mid-American Nazarene. There's a number of different schools in that area. It's great football. The scholarship offers, you know, schools about 40. We've been averaging somewhere between $28,000 and $31,000 a year in scholarship money for our student athletes that we send that way. So really good school, really good school. And those are the options that I wanted to really talk to parents about in the 21 class of students that are still going, man, I needed this year to give me that push. And those 22s are like, I needed something to give me that push. Is I think, and I've talked to Matt about this before, is that I think wholeheartedly that your lower level, smaller schools are going to be so much better now with this going on if people take them, if people take it, you know, take them that way. If you don't take these schools that way, like Matt, what would you say to that, you know, in the sense that I know I saw your post this morning, you know, 21 signed right now. Like, what are you waiting for? Who are you talking to? I know you're talking to 21s, but like, speak to what you're talking to, because a lot of parents, I say it all the time. You're saying it. You know, are there kids that you know out there still waiting on USC and UCLA, and they got offers, and it's like, what are you doing?
I think, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of 21s in LA. I'm just saying LA example that, you know, that I know, kids that I know that have offers, but for some reason they're not committing, you know, and they have offers to, you know, the Ivy League schools, you know, the smaller schools, non-Power 5 conferences, but sometimes I talk to these parents, or some of these parents, well, you know, I'm waiting for the Power 5 conferences. Well, they're not waiting for you, so don't wait. I mean, what's wrong with coming into an Ivy League school to play football, get a free education? What are you waiting for?
Ivy League school, you wait for a and yesterday, I don't know if you saw, I went on 24/7.
And people are, I want to make it, you know, some of these people, 40-year decision, all this stuff. They ain't no better 40-year plan than Harvard and Yale or Princeton. I mean, so, you know what I mean? So what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Can I add something about that on a personal level? So I ran track for CSUN. My first letter of intent, granted this was many gray hairs and years ago, was an X dollar amount. I don't know, back then I'm sure it was very small compared to now. I couldn't decide, I was indecisive, weighing my options. I let it expire. They sent the next letter, guess what? It was for less money. We were middle class, no financial aid, so my parents had to foot the rest of that bill, all because
you overthought the process of what it is. And,
yes.
and what we're saying, the same thing with these kids, is that it's not going to be there. Every day with the COVID, it's changing. He and I just talked about this yesterday, as far as the contact period. Well, now the contact period is there, and I'm gonna share my screen because I want parents to understand a little bit better of what we're talking about for the next class. Okay, because I didn't know that they put this out. So I'm gonna show you what this means for recruiting for your kid when we say there's no contact period. You know, it's been extended. the dead period has been extended through April. Okay, that's huge. So when we look at this right here, right now, this is crazy. Okay, this is the one for Matt. This is the one came out. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, make it bigger. Yeah. So when you look at this means January, February, April. So dead period is, when you say dead period, this is the period of which time in which it's not permissible to make in-person recruiting contacts, evaluations on or off the member's institution campus, or permit official, unofficial visits by prospective student athletes to the institution's campus. You can't go on or off, no coaches can come. Meaning from right now today, January to April. So April 1st will be quiet period, which then they would be able to come on. Matt, you think it may be extended again, depending on where we are with COVID? Yeah, it may be extended again.
I mean, this is what people got to look at. I'm saying it's gonna get extended because if kids are not, like, I was just at 4 major universities, right? Yeah. There's some kids on campus. I mean, the online kids and the kids or whatever, but until kids are 100% on campus, right, like a normal day, then the dead period will get lifted. Until then, extension.
Yeah. And so for recruiting, as we look at this board, this calendar, April, we were supposed to be playing in January, right? That was the goal. Yep. Be done. Those colleges that are going to be done in December, January, they were going to be able to come out and see your kid during your season. They're not even going to be allowed to come out and see your kid, your Division I and Division II schools.
Nope.
At all. Right? This is why my push has been said, if you don't even know where you are, but you know you're an NAIA guy, somebody's offering you money, you better start looking at some of these lower division schools as well, because if your name is not already in the top 100 list in California, it's gonna be rough to get in that list.
And here you go, Deacon. Here's another thing too. In the 21 class, you had all these kids, right?
Yeah.
That were that's the upper echelon of kids, right? The upper echelon kids.
Yep.
That were, I'm holding out. I'm not committing until December. I'm gonna take all my official visits first, taking all 5, and you can't even take one. Yeah. So, and some of those options you have are not even there anymore.
Well, we laughed about this last time. If your name ain't Corey Foreman, you don't have no choice. You really can't hang out. You're not exactly. Cedar Wright, Corey Foreman, top 5 kid in the country. If you you better sign.
The 22, you better sign. You better commit and sign. In the 22 class, these quarterbacks that are really the first ones of the class in a sense. You're gonna commit to a school that you're not seen yet, or you saw, yeah. And if you go right now to visit, I mean, ain't no interaction with coaches technically,
Right.
So you're gonna commit because April's gonna get pushed back again, and you can't. If you're a quarterback, you can't commit the first week of football season because you gotta. Sorry, but you gotta recruit that class. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
So
I mean, it's pretty tough. As I look at it right now, I mean, I'm going to speak, positive in the sense that if we come back in April, May, and June, April and May, they're going to definitely be coming back to talk to guys that they know names. How we teach
but here's the thing. In April and May, I know in April there's always a week or 2 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks that they can come out and visit you, right?
Yeah,
in May, I think
it's period. That's the 15th, all the way through the end of May 20.
Okay. and then it goes dead, right? Until they have the camps online, the camps on campus.
It goes from evaluation period to quiet period. That's camp season, quiet period.
Yeah.
Then it goes back dead after the 28th of June. It goes dead all the way from June 28th till July 24th. And then we're back on July 25th. That's that last week that we would take those official visits in July.
So I mean, we gotta see, how's it gonna work out, man. It's gonna be tough, but April 16th it is. I think like I said it before. Me and you spoke on this yesterday when I was in the car and somewhere in the middle of nowhere, about it. You know what I mean? I heard about it on Thursday, and I was like, no way. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna happen. And the news broke last night.
Yeah. Yep. So it's still dead, you know. It's still dead all the way through that time. And I think what you have to do is
I had a top kid. I had a top kid in the country. His parent DM me today and like, how was it when you went this past week? And how is it going to be? You know, I talked about the extension and if I can go with them and guide them around some places because they don't know and they got to figure it out because they got to commit because they're a position that they commits early, you know.
And that's a 22 kid you said or 21?
22 kid.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know I don't know who watching, but he and Journey gonna be a wolf pack with his brother. Before I be around here waiting around for somebody, he just go play with his
I'm
brother.
not waiting around for nobody, you know, because traditional thing is, right, in January they come out those 2 weeks and, you know, pull you out of class. Well, in my school, I pull them out of class, you know, and then we talk and put them back in class and we go about our day. And then that's the time when the coaches usually, you know, hand you stuff and either offer you or I'm going to watch you. I'm going to come back in the spring and watch you. And meantime, you know, I want you to come out in March, come watch the spring game, come to our junior day or come to our spring game, you know, get on campus, all this stuff. Well, now that's out the picture for 22s. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's very, very much so a tough time. And for every one of the people that told you, you know, I have all these people always tell people, you don't need no service. You don't need one. Ask them right now, do they need a service? You need an advocate. You got it. We are the eyes and ears of for college coaches right now.
Hey, and I got a text today from the school I have on Louisville and asking about a kid that I don't even have as my client. Just asking, you know, Matt, you're in LA. What do you know about this kid? Yeah. Have you seen this kid? Do you know anyone that knows this kid?
Get it all the time. I'm about to call Shadon Brown and say, man, what you talking about, Shadon?
Yeah.
The safety coach. That's my guy at Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
You know, these dudes.
I didn't talk to head coach as a coordinator, so I don't know who that dude is.
Yeah, you know, you're supposed to be the Rolls Royce. I don't know if you're talking to quality control or, you know, some guys talk to quality control. Somebody told me they had a quality control guy offer one time. I said, wait, what do he offer you? The keys to the cart? Because he can't offer nobody. He can't offer nobody. But yeah, man. I mean, that's crazy, man. I don't know.
That's a spot that's a good setup, man. I like Louisville. It's a good setup, and you're in a cool city. You got a little city feel. You're an hour from the main city, Cincinnati.
Well,
it's not bad, man.
Hey, you might say that because you Cuban, Hispanic, whatever you are. For a lot of brothers, Breonna Taylor, Louisville ain't a great spot for a lot of people. So you might want to be easy on when you speak about Louisville. Louisville, have they changed some things in the last 2 weeks?
Man, I was in Pennsylvania and I walked into a gas station and one of them crazy white ladies was trying to, hollering at me, and I was like, "Shoot, let me be nice."
Yeah, you got it.
But it's cool, man. I mean, I didn't even know this, but Louisville, the state of Kentucky, I didn't even know this has a big Cuban population, the second biggest Cuban population in the country. I didn't even know that. I'm Cuban, so I didn't know that.
I know, man. You in the game. So at the end of the day, man, you know, the 911 I put out there, and I'm glad you got on. I see Armand has jumped on here as well. Is hey, it's not a whole lot of waiting. 21s, they need to commit right now if they have something. Those 21s that have some smaller,
But I even think Armand's in the same case. He probably, you know, besides the differences me and him have, I mean, he probably beats himself over the head because he's trying to tell his parents that he has to commit to. I don't know. Just say that you just say examples in the state commit to. Just say Bowling Green, but that parent thinks my son's bigger and I'm gonna wait because he should, you know, maybe something slips through the crack. And probably for Armand, it's like being pounding his chest because, you know, he can't force that parent to do anything. You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm with you.
That's how I am with some of the parents. Like, man, just commit to this.
Yeah.
I'd rather have opportunity than not have opportunity. I'd rather not wait than wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be another one, and I really want to get your opinion. And if he's on here, I want him to answer. There's not gonna be a whole lot of preferred walk-on spots either.
Hey, look, let me. I'm gonna put on freeze right. Let me read you something today. I posted in the group earlier today. It said, where's it at? So this morning they sent me the thing. Look, Coach, this and the transfer portal is changing the game for high school recruits. Unless you are an elite prospect, if you have options, you should have had better taking one and not try to play the game. Moving forward, the transfer portal is going to be the route many colleges utilize for 50% of the signing class. And they sent me the link of the dead period pushing back. And I asked about the portal. And they said, older, more mature, already had adjusted to the daily regimen of college. You know what you're getting as opposed to the unknown coming out of high school. The elite dudes will be fine, but other needs to jump on opportunities.
So what that's basically stating is that the transfer portal, when you got a guy that is probably a 3-star guy that's trying to slow roll you, I can go get a guy that's been on a college campus already, been through the regimen of getting up early, weight room, understands what's going on. I'll go get him before I take a high school guy. And Matt, the other one that you didn't throw in there that I tell parents all the time is a JC guy. Nobody waiting on the JC guy. The JC guy is really in trouble. Well, I'm a qualifier. I don't care.
The portal overtook JC football in a way because JC football was I'm trying to get ready for college and do the semester like a college, first semester get out from qualifier or whatever.
Yeah.
The portal basically said I'm on scholarship. You know, I mean, I'm doing the 7 to 11 every day like a college player does. So why am I going to go? Why would I take a JC kid over a portal kid? You know what I mean?
Right. And that becomes the worst part of this whole plan is that the high school athlete needs to understand, and I think you said over half, 50%. What does that mean? If a college is getting 25 scholarships per year, I can go you mean to tell me they can go look for 12 guys in the portal and take 12 high school guys? That's 50%.
That's 50%.
So I can go get 12 guys out the portal, and I showed the guys yesterday on 24/7, you can go right into recruiting and look in the portal. There's a whole lot of dudes in the portal. Whole lot.
Man, half those dudes that are recruiting assistants that are following you on Twitter, they're following all those kids in the portal too.
Absolutely. So that means when you're sitting around, you know, you got people looking at, you know, some of these schools going, where's that? I don't want my son going to this school, or I don't want my son going to, you know, not really understanding where a school is. Like you brought up Ivy Leagues. How do you not want a kid to go Ivy League?
Hey, if I had to send my kid far, why not go to the MAC conference where you can watch them every Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday on ESPN every week? Every week they're on ESPN, the MAC conference. If I can't make it to the game financially, at least my son I can watch him on ESPN. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, because we have those super dads like who are super marketers of their kid, and everybody wants to be that guy on Facebook and Twitter. Beav is the number one marketing company in the game. So when you think that you want your kid to be that, you might shun these other opportunities because you just don't see them as being as good as, you know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of times these guys feel like, oh man, I don't like that.
They feel they're gonna be lesser to their peer if they posted 10 MAC offers opposed to 10 Pac-12 offers.
Yeah, but but it goes back to understanding and understanding where you are and who you are, and that your recruiting role and your college role is going to be different than the next person. So,
man, Khalil Mack was drafted number 5 in the draft, and he went from Dade County in Florida to Buffalo in New York.
Buffalo, University of Buffalo, right?
So he played at the University of Buffalo, and that's arguably the top 3 defensive player in the NFL currently.
Okay, but let's talk about maybe 2 years ago, the number one wide receiver in NFL football by the name of what's the name? Brown? What's the name? Is it Antonio Brown?
Yep.
Okay, where did he go to school?
But even if you look at right now, the Mao Kiper's top 10 quarterbacks in this year's draft, the third quarterback on his board is from North Dakota State.
Okay. But that's what we don't talk about enough with parents, for them to understand that kids come from everywhere. Antonio Brown went to where? You're very good friends with them. Central where?
Oh, Central Michigan.
Yeah. 5'9", 5'10", wide receiver, Central Michigan, number one, highest paid guy in the NFL 2 years ago. He didn't go to Alabama. He didn't have the super measurables. He didn't. You understand what I mean, Antonio? I mean, at the end of the day, if you're that guy, you can be that guy no matter where you need to be, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I got to get off of this. I got to holler at you in a little bit, though.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
All right, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Deacon.
I do, man. Let's talk this week, man, for sure.
All right, for sure.
All right. So, Dijon, they need to go back and watch the Zoom you did with the 3 volleyball girls in April, all different routes, got recruited and playing Division I volleyball. Absolutely, Jenny. And that's what we're talking about. So where these kids are, where your kid is today, as a 21 class, I would tell you, if you have offers, you want some consulting, you want to go over it, we'll go over it. You do a roster search, you start talking to these coaches. That's why we tell the kids, talk to every coach. Talk to every coach that you can. I mean, you need to be talking to every one of these coaches when they call you. You can't shun anybody. One, you don't know where a kid is going to go. You don't know where a coach is going to go in a year. It's a carousel. My son was in a position where he was recruited by pretty much every school in the Big Sky. He chose Cal Poly. After 1 year, his coach got fired because he had a great relationship with the other coaches, and he called him and said, "This is where I'm going. Thank you for recruiting me." He ends up with 3 of the coaches that recruited him from other schools at his school right now. So you have to make sure that you're doing the right thing and not shunning schools because they're not the quote unquote big school or the school you think they should be, or it should be. If you are right now, you need to reevaluate your recruiting. Biggest thing today that we want to take away from this, is understanding this whole process. So just understand this right now. This was brought out on just yesterday, 19 hours ago. This is huge for the 21 or for the 22 class. The NCAA Oversight Committee announced on Wednesday it is recommended that the recruiting dead period moving forward, moving it from April 15, from April 15, 2021. The initial dead period was the end of April. Now has been extended multiple times due to COVID, has swept across the country in the last 9 months, which means when you go back and you look at the dead period and where we are today, here's this calendar. It's here. We are here. November, what's today? The 12th. We're here. This means that there will be no recruiting, visits, trips, nothing with these guys coming all the way out till April, which means during this time where you see this green and this blue and this tan color, means that they would be out recruiting guys. This is 7-on-7 season, some camp season. This is a bunch of stuff going on. They won't be able to come out here. Recruiting happens a year prior to you coming out. If you're not at 22, if you're not going to camp this weekend down in Santa Clarita and down at El Camino at the STAT camp, you're not at 22 going to any of that stuff and being invited to that and not going to the stuff, you got to get filmed, you got to get in front of people, and you got to get an advocate. Again, California Recruits, carecruits.com. Give me a call. Hey, we will help you. But you got to get people who know college coaches who have a program that is going to be set and designed to help your student athlete. Number one. Number two, you also need to be around some people that are going to tell you the truth absolutely about where your kid is right now. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time. It may be funny to you. We don't do floffers. I would rather have no offers right now and get 4 real ones than have 5 floffers that I cannot commit to. And when people are going, well, why he hasn't committed? Some of these guys that got offers early in January and February, I'm going to say it, whether Matt's on here or not, I would say it when he was here. Reason why they're not committing, because they can't. The bottom line is some of those offers were floffers. Some of those offers were not committable offers. And now we're sitting in November and the reality is setting in, and you and your parents pushed off schools that were really schools that you could have really attended. And because you did that, now you're in a position where you feel like you're taking something less. The deal is what we need to do is make sure that you are evaluated based upon where you are today for real and not based upon where you want to be. You want to go where they want you and not where you want to go. Because if you have a chance to go where you want to go and if they're not recruiting you, hey, at the end of the day, it's just where you want to go. You got to get to the place where I need to find out who likes me, how fast I need to find that out. The sooner I find that out, the better I'm going to be. Bottom line, the sooner I find that out, the better I'm going to be. My parents and I are going to be able to evaluate where I really am. I love the mom that came on, said it. My son's a division NAIA D3 guy. Then that means this. He's either got high academics and he's going to get some academic money, Division III, or NAIA guy, he's going to get a combination of both, football and academic. And then we're going to figure out which one of those packages are the best. This is where we at. We got family in Kansas. We got family over here. We're going to do this. I'm getting school paid for it. The problem is we lie. The parents like to lie. I don't care where you go, long as this. And then when you get a school that's not sexy, that you can't put on Twitter and you can't floss with everybody else, you're upset. You are the problem, and why your kid will be sitting at home with you, either going to JC, the local junior college, and mad at the world, and you, well, his coach didn't do this, and so, and they sabotage his name. That's the problem. The problem is we don't want to hear reality. I'm sorry, I'm going to church on you, but I'm going to do it. We got to deal with the reality. The reality is your dude is NAIA dude. Your dude is a D2 dude. Your kid is this is where he's at. That's the problem. And you need to deal with it. Put your kid in the best situation. If don't nobody and their mama don't know where your school is at, if it's upstate New York, Fredonia University, right outside of Syracuse, and they gave you 85% of the scholarship money and your son get to go play and get his degree, amen. Bottom line. But the problem is too many are sitting around waiting for Pac-12s, and the thing is, it ain't going to happen. It's not. The data shows you. I showed you yesterday. I'll show you again. I can show you the commits in the 21 class. I'll show you the commits in the why you still waiting? That's the bottom line. It's there. So I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. I'm just telling you right now, like I said before, it is a very good and prime time for you now, for all the coaches and parents who are coaches, and people will tell you, well, you don't need a service. Ask them now, what do you do in a COVID year where they just told you that you don't need a service, you don't need to do that. Go ask and find out right now, what should you be doing based upon their data, to waiting for a college to come during this time, because they can't come until April. And I got a 22 myself, my son. And so I've already said it. He has a Colorado offer. He's got a Colorado offer. He's got a Arizona offer, which Arizona, I'm worried about the coaching. He's got a Nevada offer. So at the end of the day, I am going to deal with, great, call me. At the end of the day, I'm going to sit down with him. I'm going to sit down with these coaches that are writing him. Cal's right. We talked to Cal yesterday. He's getting some mail from UCLA. None of that absolutely means anything if he is not talking, texting, DMing, talking to coaches, and he's a 22. If you are 22 and you're like, I don't have anything, I haven't talked to anybody, right now, we work from the bottom up. We work from NAIA all the way up to right. Right now, the NAIA schools, what we talking about? We talking about you, Max. We talking about this class. Some great alumni from Wolfpack alumni, Max Williams. I'm trying to get his number retired right now. Has just joined us. But it's time for you guys to start dealing with the reality that the 22 class is starting to hit into the COVID with them. You need to deal with it from the bottom up. You need to design a package, design something for your kid. You need to figure it out right now, man. And it's just whether that be NAIA, Division II. The only schools that can talk to you right now, come out, do anything, NAIA anyway. If you're an underclassman and you're and September 1st, if you're a 10th grader, whatever it may be, they can, unless you got, big brothers playing Pac-12, they might say hi to you when they talk to the parents. But at the end of the day, that is what needs to happen right now. You need to find an advocate, find a service, find something, sit down, meet with two or three. Yeah, meet with two or three and go from there. Because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself in a tough situation, man. I mean, really tough situation. When we show you the dates of what's going on, we show you what's happening with recruiting. So I don't know if this is the same group I had yesterday. Maybe some new people on here. I'll go in here 24/7 Sports. I'll show you already. So there's a lot of parents who really don't know or don't understand when we say, certain things are already in place, where recruiting happens a year prior to you coming out, sometimes 2 years. They know, depending on who people know. Here again, 21 class, we know Corey Ford, but I'm going to give you 22, okay? I'm going to give you 22 state rankings. This is just one site, but it's pretty on with what it does. When I say if there's a dead period, this is what I mean when you talk about studying this the right way. There's a dead period, okay, that is going to be extended, that has been extended all the way through the end of April of 2021, or April 15th of 2021. The next class is up. These kids right here in the top 100, this is state rankings I just put in California. Okay, this is all of California right now. Okay, we can load more top 50 kids. They're already being talked to. They 4 and 5 star kids. Okay, your kid may not even be there, and you say, "Oh, I don't need any help. I don't need to do anything. I'm waiting the next year till he play." You in trouble. Bottom line, they already have it. You want to see how far they go? They go 23s. They already got names in the 23 class. You want to see? It's already names there. Recruiting doesn't happen your year. It's 100 kids already in that 23 class that have been identified as top recruits. Okay? California, and you're not getting recruited by just, this is Cali. So they only got 10 kids in there. Right? Okay? So when you look at this thing here, this is crazy. Okay? This is, yeah. This is what it is. This is what has already happened. Okay, so you don't want to sit back and wait and say, oh well, I got time, and that's how this goes, man. Here they are. Yes, sir, Matt. Max. Coaches, you can always reach out to a coach, but I haven't met a parent that hasn't said that kid is the best things popping. I haven't met a parent yet, and that's just 24/7. I mean, hey, same things happening on with rivals. Same thing, same thing with rivals. You can go look. You can go look. 22, top 20 class of 22. When you're looking at rivals, okay, these are your top your publications of where they're gonna put their kids there. You know what I mean? They're gonna put the kids there, and it's gonna always be, a certain group of kids that are gonna be there, and you're gonna see those kids, and that's just what it's gonna be, right? Bam. Damani, same kids. CJ, same kids. But you want to go in here and change those filters and put California, in California, boom, 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 boom. We can put the California kids in here and just put it in there. It's already done. So when you listen to people say, oh, you don't need to do that. You don't need to talk to a Matt, and you don't need to do that, man. I don't got to do that. We already, okay, that's fine. Type in Princeton. Why you want me to type in Princeton, Fig? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? What Fig want me to put in Princeton? Oh, Princeton James. Oh, type in Princeton James. Okay. I stopped sharing. I'll share my screen, and again, I need to go over here to player search then and look for Princeton James. Fig messing with me. I don't see nothing. Hold on. I'm gonna go in here with Fig. Now, recruit search Princeton James. I see Princeton James, 2020 athlete. I see Los Angeles. That's what I see, 2020. You said that's all you wanted me to see. I don't know what you wanted me to look for. Hey, what you laughing? I did. That's him right there. I see it. Princeton James. Yep, there you go. I see him right there. Princeton James. I don't know what he wanted me to see. Man, don't put me in that, man. Hey, man, don't put me. Don't put me in that. I just looked the kid up. I thought you wanted me to look him up for a particular reason, brother. Now, you wrong. I'm not in that. I don't know who Princeton James is. So again, Pig, stop. I don't know what that is about, brother. Princeton James. I thought he was making me. Oh, that's his son? Oh, Pig. Okay. Man. I didn't catch it right away. Okay. Pig, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's I'm done with you, man. Yep. So y'all wrong. Yeah, you guys are something else. So a lot of parents, I'm gonna tell you, when I look at we work with a lot. You definitely want to get down with. I tried to share this the other day. A lot of people didn't want to didn't gravitate. Hey, 250 schools, $800 million in scholarship, 21 conferences. Just show you, man. Lot of schools in NAIA, man. A lot of sports. Literally, 96 programs, man. So a lot of stuff out there for a lot of kids, man. If they want that help, even little Princeton James, I get him tell Princeton he offered by Bethel right now. I got it. He's done. He's good to go. Princeton got his first offer. I'm so tired. Hey, I don't know what Princeton James out of Los Angeles was doing on Rivals already. That is hilarious. Look at that. He ain't got no star yet. Say he in the class of 2020 though. I don't know. I don't know what Fig is doing. I can't let him mess with me. So, all right, man. That's the urgent. Tell y'all right now. Putting it in the feed. CARecruits.com. You can let us know. You need help? Man, I don't understand what that is. Man. That's how it is, man. I can go in there and go to CA Recruits. Check us out. We be ready to roll. Got you all day long. Talk to y'all next time. Till next time. Princeton James.